with jumps, they want to threaten with neutral, and they want to threaten with downer as well. Gauntlet's Sidelight is going to be a really important anti-air tool to be able to effectively call out Vortex. Hold on, I have to stop talking. That was almost a stop got off the top. Oh my goodness.
The next thing that I was going to say is, yeah, we're going from Sphynx and Tiger on most Isley Spaceport over to Small Brawlhaven, so I expect the KOs off the top, especially off the top, to be much quicker now. But you were talking about the ability of Chakram to like float above and use the down air.
Okay.
Like, I don't know how Sphynx is going to deal with that. Okay.
Hold on, Sphynx.
That
is why you play Zariel. It's those signatures. Almost every single signature has some sort of an offstage usage, and the GC and Sig with the gauntlets, it's an amazing way to get back on. You're able to threaten, and just like that, Sphynx was able to make it back on and basically reset the game. It is just about even. Eating a side Sig, Vortex going out there and finding the recovery. Sphynx has not been able to get Vortex off of him. The coverage with the GC Sig as well. Vortex is popping off.
Yeah, Sphynx was on the back foot that basically the last 25 to 30 seconds, and it might be that case the rest of this game for sure. He's able to grab the gauntlets, but like there's no way that you can contest Chakram down air with gauntlets. Like by the time you're able to get in and use like a neutral air because they're above you, they're
direction switch here. We'll be seeing the pick onto the Onyx. And I do agree with sticking onto the gauntlets, but I can't actually say that I've seen much of the Cannon Chakra matchup up until now.
Yeah, I wonder what he's thinking with this, because of course we know that Chakra players like to kind of float in the air. So is he going to go for like a sidelight option? Is that going to be like his main starter, because it'll move you forward? If the Chakra player is like here, okay, or is he going to play? I'm going to wait to do analysis until we figure out what Sphynx is actually doing here. Otherwise, it's going to be all for naught, because it seems like he wants to play this Lin Fei, which this is a very interesting choice. He wanted to move on to the cannon, which is why he chose Onyx. And then, of course, you said that sticking with the gauntlets is a good idea. I agree with that as well. So him moving over onto the Lin Fei, maybe he feels a little bit more comfortable with the signature kit that he can throw out more often. That's kind of one of the reasons that people used to play Onyx a lot as well. She was a very like spam signature heavy legend. So we'll see.
We'll see. That's good. I got to see a bit of this matchup actually at max mode when Guichibu was playing, of course, the Lin Fei. And I just feel like what's really interesting is a lot of Qatar ground pounds to be able to land against Chakrams have actually been quite effective, especially just because of how quickly it comes out. We'll see if that ever comes into play, though. At the moment, though, Sphynx is looking for any way to be able to get back on. Vortex keeps leading it. They kept doing it again, man. They're like, hey, let's go for it again. Let's do it. Let's see if it happens this time.
I mean, he clearly knows the input of how to do that. Like when a Lance player really knows how to use the Lance on the corner to either get those like instant down airs or like the weird reverse neutral air stuff that like Muna was showing on Twitter. So will it matter? Who knows? The way it started so far with Vortex getting the KO with like only 60 to 70 damage on his stock, it may not matter. You can do all the cannon tech on the corner in the world and Vortex is just gonna do this.
So much damage. Sphynx just wanting to get to safe ground, just wanting to land. Please give him anything. Vortex continuing to put on the pressure, landing with a down air. Sphynx thinks that he is safe, and the answer is no, he is not. The N-Light neutraler. Finally, the down air is still going to be hitting from behind. The GC N6, Sphynx not going to be able to get the punish. Vortex able to get the reversal off stage, and Sphynx not going to be able to touch. And that is another stock gone, deleted, obliterated.
And this is why the Onyx, to I believe both of us, it seems like it makes way more sense, because the Katars just like don't have it.
No.
They straight up don't have it. Maybe he wants high dex cannon and he's gonna take Katars when he has to, but he really wants the high dex cannon. There's the sidelight. Okay, it seems like sidelight is his option. That's really what I was saying when it seemed like he was gonna stick on the Onyx. So if Vortex is floating in the air, he can kind of like dash in sidelight, and that'll be a bit of a safer option compared to like the Gauntlet sidelight.
Whipping the GCD light like that above Vortex's head is just going to be a huge punish opportunity. Vortex finally eating an N-Light, gets sent at a nasty angle off stage. Is Sphynx going to be able to secure this edge guard? And the answer is Vortex looking for another reversal.
Yeah, like Sphynx has to go for the big plays. He has to force off stage because he's 2 stocks down. And is he going to fall here? Okay, Vortex with a little bounce pass to himself off the ground to make sure he doesn't lose his chakram. Going back for the split. He's just going to look for the juggles. Okay.
The ground.
There's the ground pound you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, maybe not exactly the use case that I had in mind, but hey, you know what? It has gotten Sphynx the first stock so far that he's gotten all game.
We still didn't see, like, we saw the weapon toss hit, but the N-Light didn't hit. We still have seen, like, no sword moves hit almost this entire tournament so far. He went in for the ground pound, trying to basically recreate what he got before with the Qatar ground pound. It's not quite as fast, so he's not able to get it, and Vortex is going to get the KO.
That's right.
Play cross. Play cross.
Okay.
Not Val.
Well,
not Val. Not Val. Not Val. Please don't play Val. This is not the time to play Val, brother. Just play cross. No.
It seems like it's going to be the Val. Okay. Wow, sorry that. What's your problem with Solid at the moment?
It's like there's no reason to play it. It like all of the really good reasons to play
getting
it.
a little bit outclassed at the moment.
It's just it's just like it's not the move right now. It's been the move for basically all of Brawlhalla ever. Right now, it's not the play. But who knows?
So
maybe
we'll
maybe
see
he'll
if it
show
is
us
going to be the
something.
move for Sphynx. Maybe we'll see. Given how the first couple of games went, it was just all Vortex's advantage state. Sphynx, he was just not able to land. He was not able to land safely at all. And they keep going back to small world's end, which honestly, I mean, that is definitely a choice. That is a choice that has been unsuccessful. Sphynx has almost lost the stock off the top multiple times. The keyword is almost.
Dodge is getting punished.
That's right.
Now it may be Sphynx leaving this open, hoping that he can find like sword neutral signature. It's certainly not in the state that it like used to be when it was really, really absurdly strong. But maybe he's hoping for that. If Vortex is going to be floating above him, he can find some KOs, grabbing him out of the sky. Hasn't found it so far. Like he's found some decent sword damage. Like he's going even, but I just feel like Vortex is still seemingly in control right now.
Well, Sphynx has the edge guard potential here. Not able to get the downer, able to still cover with the sail. The downer is still a little bit too far back and not going to be enough to connect here. Vortex playing with the sword himself at the moment. Okay, let's see if he can get the D-Light. Let's see if he can get the recovery to take the stock off the top. Sphynx going to be looking for, at this point, just the recovery as well. Looking for his side light, maybe.
He doesn't even want to throw the D-Light out. He'd rather bounce pass off the wall to try to hit and then go for the D-Light into the crowd pound on the edge rather than play sword the way it was designed to be played. That's so funny.
Okay, guess what? Sphynx has, for the first time in the set so far, a stock lead. Now, it is a very volatile one, but if anything, we're seeing the most amount of fused... Okay, hold on. Okay, we're back to split chakrams, but that was the most amount of time that we saw fused chakram, I think the whole day.
There you go. That's exactly what I was looking for right there. The extended range down air and then catching the side air with the bounce after that as it like brings you back up.
And Light, looking for the next option, but then Vortex just taking all that space. Sphynx put himself into the corner. Vortex is taking full advantage of it, able to get a recovery, hunting it down again, fully drifting in with the recovery, and so Sphynx was able to get a very slight punish for it.
Yeah, Vortex did that like 3 times in a row. It's like go for the recovery, then drift back in. Go for the recovery, then drift back in. Go for the recovery, drift back in.
Goes out there for the ground pound, looking for the end sig, not going to be able to connect it.
He had great positioning on that neutral signature too to like put him back on the corner rather than just up against the wall.
Yeah, Sphynx is getting a lot more comfortable with his spacing as the set is going on. You're seeing him really respect like the range on like side light from chakrams, on downer from chakrams, on recovery from chakrams, and he's respecting it that time around. The most important thing is that you don't get hit. The downer into the cell is not going to connect as Sphynx just ends up dodging in. He's able to get the end light. Vortex is off stage, eating the weapon toss, and now all of a sudden Sphynx has all of the momentum that he needs.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. Like you're pointing out one really important part of this is he's like learning more how to play against Chakram and specifically like Vortex's Chakram. So he's waiting for the move to come out and he's understanding more how to punish it now, so he can play sword a little bit more safely than just like being the initiator or being like the spot dodger into the GCD light or something like that. So yeah, it comes from a lot of understanding how to play against Chakram a little bit better than before, and then same thing as the first stock KO. Right over on the right side, down air, brings you back up into the side air for the KO.
Yeah, he's the first down air just to make sure that Sphynx had his dodge used up. He played it safe, he went for the reset. Sphynx gonna be looking for something crazy with that GC sidelight that could have been worse for the both of them. Vortex has just about evened up this game. Downer, Sail, he's going out there again. Sphynx is taking a beating off stage.
It's a fair bit of damage, so he's only about like 50 behind right now. But it still can be a lot on the final stock, especially if Vortex almost has him in the red, chasing him high into the air. Going for the down air. Oh, he's not able to pick up the side air here.
Oh, the recovery is still going to be able to hit from behind. Sphynx was left weaponless for just a moment. Vortex going out there, relatively safe Ensig. How does Vortex get the stock off the top? Well, is Sphynx going to be able to make this comeback? He leans out there for the downer. Sphynx,
there it is again.
Is that going to be it? Yes, it will be. Wow.
And that's the problem that like pretty much every single weapon, one of the many problems that every single weapon has against Chakra is contesting that down air. It's so difficult to contest that down air because it doesn't even like move you down at all. You cover in the air. It's this long beam that comes down below you. It brings them back up. It brings your opponent back up to you where you can